So today is October 5th. For those of you who don't know what October 5th is, it's World Cerebral Palsy Day. Why should we care? World Cerebral Palsy Day. Well, for one, I have cerebral palsy. I have a form of cerebral palsy known as spastic quadriplegia, which means my muscles are almost always tight. And it affects all 4 limbs. It also affects things like my speech, to some degree, my fine motor abilities, but what it mostly affects is my ability to walk and stand without help. What it doesn't affect, however, is my brain. Now, cerebral palsy is brain damage, but intellectually, I'm at the same level or even above some people my age. The brain damage affects the physical part of me, not the mental part of me. Cerebral palsy, I want to make this clear, is different for everyone. It's not a cut-all, dry-all disability. Everyone has a different form and it affects them differently. Side effects of cerebral palsy are not the same. Our disability is unique as every person it affects. But for the most part, our disability doesn't hold people back. Just because I can't walk the same way as everyone else doesn't mean I don't have dreams and passions. Having cerebral palsy just means I have to try to achieve those in a different way and be clever. My mom and I, when I was younger, read Sherlock Holmes a lot. And when I couldn't do something, or said I couldn't do something, my mother would look at me and say, well, how would Sherlock Holmes do it? Sherlock Holmes has a way of looking at the world that a lot of people don't. And that's sort of what cerebral palsy has forced me to do. Being in college now, I don't have my mom telling me to think differently. I just have to do it on my own. And I thank God for all the people in my life who have made it easier to live with this disability. But at the same time, I don't want people to think this disability is a curse. Sure, it's harder to type, and I get sore, and I can't walk or run the same way as everybody else. But I've got to do things, and I became a person I am today because of my cerebral palsy. I approach things in a different manner because of my cerebral palsy. And I really wouldn't change it for the world. I sat here and I wanted to write a long, meaningful status about what today means to me. But every time I thought of typing out that status, my fingers cramped at just the thought, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So many people think that I whine or I complain, but sometimes I am just stuck searching for a different way when I get upset. And I haven't found that different way yet. So right now is my different way. Instead of a long status with a lot of meaningful quotes, I'm recording a spontaneous video. I guess what cerebral palsy means to me is persistence. Just because things are hard doesn't mean you give up. You just gotta work around it.